On the night of August 28, 2013, 19-year-old Bryce Laspisa vanished without a trace. No goodbye. No explanation. No body. More than a decade later, his disappearance remains one of the most unsettling unsolved mysteries in the United States. Bryce Laspisa was a college student attending Sierra College in Chico, California. Friends described him as intelligent, artistic, and normally responsible. But in the weeks leading up to his disappearance, something seemed off. Friends noticed Bryce had been acting differently, more withdrawn, emotionally distant, and not quite himself. Still, no one imagined what would happen next. On August 27, 2013, Bryce left Chico to drive home to his parents in Laguna Niguel, a trip that should take about 7 hours. But Bryce never arrived. Instead, he stopped at a roadside area near Buttonwillow, California, and stayed there for over 13 hours. He didn't sleep. He didn't eat. He didn't ask for help. He just sat in his car. When his parents called, Bryce told them he was fine, just tired, and would continue driving soon. But he didn't. Around 2 a.m., a California Highway Patrol officer found Bryce still sitting in the same location. The officer checked him for drugs and alcohol. The results came back clean. Bryce appeared calm, polite, and coherent. The officers saw no reason to detain him and allowed him to leave. This would be the last confirmed interaction Bryce had with anyone. Hours later, Bryce's parents received devastating news. His car had been found wrecked at the bottom of a ravine near Castaic Lake. The crash was severe. The vehicle had flipped and was badly damaged. But there was something horrifyingly strange. Bryce was not inside the car. Search teams arrived quickly. There was no blood trail, no phone, no wallet, no backpack. Bloodhounds traced Bryce's scent from the crash site to the edge of Castaic Lake. And then it stopped. Despite extensive searches of the lake and surrounding terrain, no body was ever found. Bryce Laspisa had vanished. Theories that haunt this case. Suicide. Some believe Bryce intended to end his life. But if so, why was his body never recovered? Friends later admitted Bryce may have been struggling emotionally. Did he walk away in a confused state? Could Bryce have staged the crash to start a new life? There's no evidence he planned for that. If Bryce survived the crash, did he encounter someone else in the dark hours that followed? No theory fully explains what happened. The most terrifying part of this case is simple. Bryce Laspisa survived the crash. So where did he go? Did he walk into the wilderness? Did he drown? Or did something, or someone, intercept him after he escaped the wreckage? But the crash at Castaic Lake was not the end of Bryce Laspisa's story. Because when investigators began reconstructing Bryce's final hours, they discovered something chilling. Phone records reveal moments that were never fully explained. Witness statements quietly contradict each other. And items Bryce should have had on him were never recovered. Search dogs followed Bryce's scent away from the crash, not into the lake. So if Bryce didn't drown, where did he go?